I'm Summer Huntington of Steel Mace Vinyasa and Shala, and today I want to talk about my Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 seminar and what to expect. So, you're in for a treat. Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 is now going to be brought to you by some of my head coaches. This September in Oklahoma, Coach Alicia and Coach Angie, who are two of my head coaches on my Steel Mace Vinyasa teacher training team, are teaming up to teach a seminar. I will be teaching in London in February for Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1, and I really want to show you what the heck Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 is all about. So this is a steel mace. It's 3.2 kilograms. I tend to use a 5 or a 7 pound steel mace when I'm teaching my Steel Mace Vinyasa exercises. So there are 20 or so key exercises in the Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 system. Let's take a look at some key landmarks. This is called an under-over grip. One hand is under, the hand that's by the globe, one hand is over. So when you're first learning to work with leverage tools, you really want to have that rip sensation, crush sensation in order to generate what's called torque. So if I rip and crush, you can even see my back muscles kind of flaring a little bit there. I'm starting to recruit my rotator cuff muscles, which really on most people have never really been activated. So that's really the thing that makes Steel Mace Vinyasa different than conventional lifting, is that full fascial tension and that rip and crush, or basically that torque development. So level 1, we find our ballistic squat, pull the mace to prayer position, rip and crush. Everything in Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 it can be done slow or fast, but we're working on creating alignment, full fascial tension and torque throughout the entire kinetic chain. So there may be 20 of the Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 exercises, but there's so many different variations you can regress and progress to. For example, you could do a squat with a block, mace switch, squat, block. This is referred to as closed hip conditioning. You could do a yogi squat to flag position here. This is great cross training for malasana, or the deep squat. We've got our striking pattern here. We've got our two-handed flag position here. Beginners that don't have that depth, they can go here, hip hinge, squeeze glutes at the top. Closed hip conditioning exercises, there's no external rotation in the ball and socket joint. So I'm basically working the squat pattern and the lunge pattern. So here, my yogi lunge. Other fun variations, you could start in reverse guard, press up into a tactical lunge here. Next, we have our open hip exercises. This is the thing that really makes Steel Mace Vinyasa different, is we're training open hip yoga poses under load. So I start in my landmark, my reverse guard position, press my mace up and overhead into that blocking position, or two-handed horizontal overhead. And here, now that my hips are open, I'm training my front external rotators here, and I'm really lengthening my adductors on my opposite leg. So Warrior 2 lunge will be taught at our seminars. You can attend virtually or in person for the Oklahoma one, as well as the London one. London one's going to be kind of funky time zones for those of you in the US, so highly recommend coming to Alicia and Angie's Oklahoma Level 1 seminar, virtually or in person. We've got our Warrior 2 lunges, and I'm just scraping the surface with all the exercises presented. You get a full manual, you get prep material to learn the exercises. That's our Warrior 2 switch. We've got balance exercises. This is our Warrior 3 RDL here. Next progression, training balance here. We've got hamstring flexibility, wide-legged straddle here with our block. The manual itself that you receive at any of my Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1 seminars is 180 pages. It has all of the mobility drills, it has all of the conditioning drills, it has all of the loaded yoga flows as well. So that's Warrior 2. This is our reverse warrior. I teach you exactly, or we teach you how to get into each of the poses with good alignment. And honestly, the Level 1 is for all levels. It's beginner friendly. You don't need a yoga certification to come. You don't need any experience in mace, though I do recommend you prep. Do not show up at the seminar without ever touching a mace. Get your Mace ordered on the day that you register, but it is all levels. We see trainers there, we see yoga instructors who are just wanting to get into Steel Mace. We see people that have gone through my 50-hour and 100-hour and want to come in person and refine and get more hands-on coaching. So the next ones, like I said, they're all gonna be on the Shala workshops page. We've got September is Oklahoma. I'm doing a Heavy Clubs seminar in October in Seattle. And then we've already got some things on the schedule for 2026, including, February is London, Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1. That'll be my first and only time going to London, and then I'm passing it off to one of my head coaches so I can focus on other certification seminars and really develop my head coaching team. And then we have another seminar in Seattle in March, which is going to be my advanced program design seminar. So I love seminars, I love manuals, I love program design. I love to geek out on this stuff. I think YouTube is a really great springboard to start getting you to think about the mechanics of Mace and clubs, how your body moves in 6 degrees of freedom, kinesiology, alignment. But when you come to a seminar or a live in-person event, the training goes so much deeper because you can see it in written form. You're starting to learn the tools of program design. You've got coaches there giving you feedback, whether you're virtual or in person. And that's when things really start to connect. If you want to transition from, just an everyday yoga instructor or a trainer into a holistic movement coach, it requires mastery. Mastering program design, embodying the practice yourself, making sure you really understand it in your own body, and then getting out into the field and doing your practice classes. At every certification I have, if you want to actually earn a certificate, you are required to teach at least 10 practice sessions and film them. And in my 100-hour teacher training, which runs all year long, I have a 50-hour and 100-hour. Again, go to the workshops page if you want to apply for those. But those really require you to demonstrate a lot more competency than just the weekend seminars. Weekend seminars, awesome springboard, in-depth learning, 4 to 6 months. Earn that certificate, be a leader in your region. All right, I hope this inspired you to take a look at the workshop calendar. Come, be brave, invest in yourself, get around others that really are mastering this practice, and raise the bar in movement coaching education.